So the next portion, now that all of you will have kind of kick-ass resumes and it'll be awesome and it'll be reverse engineered and all those achievements are in there, then you're bound to get an interview. And I think, Mara, when you applied the feedback, before we met, you weren't getting interviews, and then kind of the week after you applied it and you got like 3 or something like that, right? So that's kind of a testament on that it works. Will it work every single time? No. But it will work more often than not? Yes. So, and the typical performance is that for every 100 applications, you should be getting about 5% of response rate. So if you're getting below a 5% response rate, there's definitely something wrong with your resume. If you're getting above that, then it's reasonably good. And that's just the rationale of if you have 100 applicants coming in, generally against the pool, you'll probably be better than call it 5 to 8% of them, right? So there was a study done, and that's kind of the percentage. So my thoughts is that with this feedback, you'll probably be getting more on the assumption that you're getting above that 80% mark, because depending on the skill set, if everybody is at 100% and you're at 80% of meeting all the requirements, then you probably won't get invited in. So, but you'll find those gaps and try to spend your time addressing them. Interviews next. So you'll be getting invites for interviews, and what you need to do is practice them, right? So, and the good thing is you can practice them now, like not now, but like as you get home or in a little bit, and you can do it sooner. I'll go through a bit of the fundamentals of that. Questions, they're at least two-part questions. I'll walk you through what that means. Go practice those generic ones. The tell me about yourself is probably the most common one, and if they don't ask that question, they'll ask a version of that. The share model, it's slightly different than the STAR model, but I'll walk you through that. And then having questions for the interviewer, right? So start now, right? And all it takes is 20 minutes a day, if not 2 minutes a day. Essentially, when you have an answer, a typical answer should be about 1 to 2 minutes long. Right? If it's less than that, then chances are you don't have enough to say. And if it's longer than that, then it better be a good answer, right? And it better be relevant to that. So what I actually recommend is go take this guy here, your smartphone, plant it there, tell me about a time when, or tell me about yourself, and record. Right? And use that as kind of your mock interview partner. So you'll be able to see how long it is. So you want to aim for about a minute, 2 minutes, that sort of thing. And you'll be able to do that. And what you want to do is record yourself. The camera is that person's eyes. So if you're looking into the camera, you're looking into the person's eyes, right? Eye contact is important. We'll get to the fundamentals. And what you want to do is you watch it the next day. If you can't wait, then make sure you wait a couple of hours. And the reason you do that is because there's a difference between what you thought and what you said. Because oftentimes when you watch it right away, it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense. You watch it the next day and you're like, oh my goodness, I totally missed that and butchered the question. Because you thought that you were going to say it, but you didn't actually say it. So that's why I recommend you do it the next day. And then as you review it, you say, okay, what am I going to focus on? Eye contact. I'm going to make sure I do that. Do it for 10 times, 20 times. Got it. Okay, what am I going to do? Focus on the next thing, and then try to build consistency over time, because when you're in an interview and you have to focus on your eye contact, your posture, your ums, ers, ahs, and this blah, 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 there's too many different things. But if you start tackling them one by one, starting now, taking 20 minutes a day, you'll be further off. I mentioned that on a full-time job hunt, you're applying to 8 jobs and you're practicing 8 interview questions. So if you're doing 8 interview questions a day, by the end of the month, 8 times 30, 240 questions. Most people, after you've done something for 240 times, you get pretty good at it, right? But with the purpose of constantly improving. So make sure you practice. So I would actually recommend, go get your calendar, put it in Google, put it in Outlook, and when you wake up shortly after or just before you go to bed or whatever, block off some time and say, this is when I will practice my interview questions, right? And what will those interview questions be? They'll be the top Google 100 ones or other ones, and I'll get